I am M. Sri Lakshmi, Social CRT, working in KGBV Maripadu, SPSR Nellore district. Rain and rivers. In last class, we have discussed about rain. And now in this class, we will discuss about rivers. Now let's see. Flow of rivers. By the rainfall, some water falls on the earth's surface. What happens to that water? Some of the water in it percolates into underground, and some of the water flows on the surface of earth, and the remaining water evaporates and form of water vapor and mixes with air. We will discuss about the water that percolates in further classes. In this class, we will discuss about the water that flows on land. Rivers. You all have noticed that when it is raining, small streamlets or streams flow on streets or roads. Same like that, water flows as streamlets on the mountain slopes during rains. These water streams cut the mountains into channel of paths and soon they dry up. When it rains again, the water flows in the same channels. In this way, rivers and river valleys are formed. Observe this picture. Here, these are streams. They flow down the slope. Here, by their flow, the land is cut into channel. And when it rains again, water flows in the same path. Now, here only streams are formed. Let's see how rivers are formed from these streams. Transformation of a stream into a river. As its source, a river usually in the form of thin stream. As it flows, further it gets bigger and broader. It happened because many such small streams join the river. Flow of the river gets slower. It starts depositing the silt and sand which is carried by its flow. These silt and sand gets deposited on its bed and banks. This causes the formation of plains. When it flows near to the sea, the flow gets slower, so it cannot carry the silt and sand through it. It deposits the silt and sand on its own flow. By this continuous deposition of the silt in its own path, the path gets filled with silt and sand. When the flood water comes again, the river should again cut through a new channel to reach the sea. When it is meeting the sea by depositing silt and sand, it forms delta. In our state, we have two main deltas. They are Godavari Delta and Krishna Delta. We have many other rivers also, but they flow only in rainy season. You may get a doubt that why some flow throughout the year and some flow only in rainy season. This is because rivers like Krishna and Godavari starts from Western Ghats. Do you remember in last class I said that region around Western Ghats get heavy rainfall. So these rivers flow throughout the year and some starts from the dry region of Rayalaseema like Penna and some other which starts from Eastern Ghats receive moderate rainfall. These rivers floodplains and floods. If we observe a river regularly throughout the year, we can notice that the level of water in the river decrease and increase. In rainy season, the river becomes full, and in summer season, it shrinks in size. Now, look at the picture. Here, the first picture shows the river in summer season, and second picture is river in rainy season. Here, if you observe the river bed is treeless. There are no trees on this river bed. This is due to every year when it rains heavy, this valley fills with water. So, no permanent trees grow on this bed. This situation is shown in second picture. These valleys are filled with sand and gravel which are deposited by river flow. This treeless river bed is called floodplain. You all know about floods. Let's see how these floods occurs. Floods have become the major problem in our country in recent. During rainy season, these floods causes severe damage to crops, people and livestock. Vegetation cover on the land obstruct the river flow and decreases the speed of the flow. Vegetation means trees, plants, grass, etc. If the river water slows down, it percolates the water into groundwater. You all know that when the volume of water in the river increases, suddenly floods causes. Vegetation slow down the flow, so it prevent flooding. Vegetation prevent flooding by another way also. It reduces the erosion of soil by rainwater. Erosion means when water flows, it takes some soil with it. The eroded soil deposit on river bed and the volume of river decrease. So the floods occurs of vegetation is present. The roots of the trees hold soil and prevent erosion. If the surface of the land is covered with vegetation, then soil erosion is greatly reduced. Let's take the case of river Ganga. Earlier, there were dense forests on the Himalayas. In recent years, there has been a large scale of felling trees in Himalayas, which result in when the heavy rain occurs, the Ganga river covers its river bed. The water is also bringing much soil and silt and depositing it on river beds. Facing challenge in cyclone and floods. Our state has a long coastal line and it is frequently faced with very destructive cyclones. When cyclone occurs, heavy wind blows, heavy rain lash the land and high waves make sea unsafe. These usually occurs between June to December. The worst cyclone faced by Andhra Pradesh in November 1977 with 6-meter high tides killed 9,941 people. At least 100 villages were washed away by the cyclone storm. Most lives were lost in Divisima, Krishna district. Recently in 2014, Hudhud cyclone created a huge destruction in Visakhapatnam. Cyclones are natural disasters which cannot be controlled by us. The most affected people by cyclones are poor fisher families who live in huts very near to the sea shore. After a cyclones or a floods, most affected is drinking water. All the drinking water get polluted after cyclones or floods. Now let's see how can people meet the challenge of disasters like cyclones and floods. We can meet the challenge of disasters through long-term planning by government. Today, by installation of early warning systems, it is possible to predict the possibilities of natural disasters. So, government can inform people about the possibility of disasters. Government is also responsible for providing for long-term security of all people by building strong roads and safe Pakka houses for those who live in sea coasts or in lowlands. Food, water, medicine and emergency team should be kept ready whenever there is a cyclone. How can the people prepare for disasters? Cyclones and floods are seasonal phenomenon. During the cyclone, listen to radio or TV weather reports. In case of a cyclone or floods warning, ensure that everyone is alerted. This is usually done through loudspeakers or by going from door to door. Keep an emergency kit ready at home. These kits should contain important papers, some food, some money, and emergency telephone numbers. The nearest available place where refuge could be sought in case of cyclone should be identified in advance. Wherever necessary, the walls of the house, roofing, doors and windows should be strengthened. When you get a cyclone warning, store adequate drinking water and food grains in waterproof bags. Do not venture outside, especially into the sea during and after the warning has been sounded. Close doors and windows and stay indoors. Move to a Pakka building if you feel your house is not strong enough. If the cyclone strikes while you are in a vehicle, stop but keep away from the seashore. Trees, electric poles and other objects that may be uprooted during the gale. Let's see what to do during floods. Drink boiled water. Keep your food covered and do not eat too much. Use raw tea, rice water, tender coconut water, etc. During diarrhea, do not let children remain on empty stomach. Use bleaching powder and lime to disinfect the surroundings. Avoid entering flood waters. If you have to enter, wear proper protection for your feet and check depth current with a stick. Stay away from water over knee deep depth. Do not eat food that got wet in the flood water. Boil tap water before drinking in rural areas. Use halogen tablets to purify water before drinking. Be careful of snakes. Snake bites are common during floods.